Have you ever heard a ghost story so terrifying it makes the hair on your arms stand up? Forget your typical haunted houses and shadowy figures. Tonight, we're diving into a legend from the misty forests of Galicia, Spain. A tale that has chilled the blood of generations. La Santa Compaña, the Holy Company. This isn't just a procession of ghosts. It's an omen of death, a curse passed from the living to the living, and a test of survival against the supernatural. So, turn down the lights, get comfortable, and prepare to walk the ancient paths where the worlds of the living and the dead collide. Imagine a small village nestled among the green, rain-soaked hills of northern Spain. Every night, as the clock strikes 12, something strange happens in one of the homes. A person, seemingly healthy, rises from their bed. Their eyes are vacant, their movements stiff. They are not sleepwalking. They are in a trance, compelled by an unseen force to leave their home and walk into the darkness. This person is the unwilling leader of the Santa Compaña. This is perhaps the most terrifying part of the legend. The leader of this ghostly procession is not dead. They are alive, just like you and me. They have no memory of what happens next. When they wake up the next morning, they feel an unshakable exhaustion, a deep cold in their bones. Their family watches them grow paler and thinner each day, wasting away without explanation. Doctors find nothing wrong, but the truth is, their soul is being drained night after night. While their body lies in bed, their spirit is forced to lead a macabre parade, carrying a heavy cross or a cauldron filled with holy water. They are trapped between worlds, never truly resting, their life force slowly being consumed. There is only one way out, and it's a cruel one. This slow, agonizing march toward death will only end when they find another living soul on the path. If they encounter a lone traveler in the dead of night, they will try to hand over the symbol of their burden, the cross, the cauldron, or a candle. If that person accepts it, even out of politeness or confusion, the curse is transferred. The old leader is instantly freed, collapsing on the spot, waking up later with no memory but a sudden return to health. The unfortunate traveler, however, is now the new leader, doomed to walk with the dead until they too can pass the curse along. It's a chilling game of supernatural tag where the price of losing is your life. Before the procession ever comes into view, the world around you begins to change. These sensory warnings are the first sign that you are in mortal danger. First, an unusual smell fills the air. It's the scent of melting candle wax, thick and cloying, mixed with the damp, earthy smell of a freshly dug grave. It's a funeral scent, carried on a wind that doesn't exist. Because that's the next thing you'll notice. An unnatural silence. The gentle rustling of leaves stops. The crickets and frogs fall silent. Even the wind dies down, leaving a heavy, oppressive stillness that presses in on you from all sides. The entire forest holds its breath. Then, through the quiet, a faint sound drifts towards you. It's the distant, delicate tinkling of a small bell. A sound that should be innocent, but instead feels utterly menacing as it slowly grows closer. This bell announces the arrival of the procession. At the same time, you might notice the behavior of animals. Cats, with their supposed connection to the other world, are said to flee in sheer terror, disappearing into the shadows long before the ghosts appear. Dogs, however, are different. They can see what we cannot. If you're walking and your dog suddenly stops, whining and howling mournfully at what appears to be nothing, they are seeing the Santa Compaña passing by. These signs are your only warning. Ignore them at your peril, because what comes next is the procession itself. Through the fog and darkness, you see them, a line of figures emerging from the gloom. These are the animas, the souls of the dead. They are shrouded in white hooded robes, like ancient monks or burial shrouds. Their faces either completely hidden in shadow or disturbingly skeletal. Their forms are indistinct, wavering at the edges as if made of smoke. And they don't walk, they float, hovering just inches above the ground, their feet never touching the earth. Their movement is silent, smooth, and unnatural, a ghostly glide that is deeply unsettling to witness. They move as one, a silent river of souls flowing through the night. At the head of this silent parade is the living leader, their face a mask of gaunt exhaustion, their eyes empty. Behind them, The animas follow in 2 rows. Each soul carries a long, thin candle. The light they cast is not warm or comforting. It's a cold, pale, ethereal glow that illuminates the fog around them. It is said that the brightness of these flames is not random. For every child who has died prematurely in the region, the candlelight of the procession shines a little brighter, a somber tribute to lives cut short. The sight is both hauntingly beautiful and profoundly terrifying. A silent, floating, glowing procession of the dead, marching through the forest with a purpose you can only guess at. And if you are the one to see them, your life is now on the line. So, you're alone on a dark path and you hear the bell. You smell the wax. You see the lights. What do? Running is not an option. They are spirits. They are faster than you. And trying to flee is said to only draw their attention. This is where the legend becomes a chilling game of survival, with very specific rules. It's not about fighting them. It's about knowing how to protect yourself from their curse. The most important rule of all: do not, under any circumstances, accept anything they offer you. The leader, desperate to be free, will approach you. They will try to hand you the cross they carry, or a candle from the procession. Their expression might even seem pleading. It's a trap. Taking the object from their hand signifies your acceptance of the curse. The moment your fingers touch it, you become the new leader. You must refuse. Look away, cross your arms, do whatever it takes, but do not take what they offer. If you can't get away, your next best defense is to create a sanctuary. Using a piece of chalk, a stick, or even your finger, you must quickly draw a circle on the ground around you. This is known as the Circle of Solomon, a symbol of protection in many folk traditions. Once inside the circle, you are believed to be in a sacred space that the spirits cannot enter. You must stay inside it until they have completely passed. If you don't have time to draw a circle, there are other methods. The most common is to immediately lie face down on the ground. Press yourself against the earth and do not look up. Do not watch them pass. Seeing their faces or looking into their empty eyes is said to drive a person mad or mark them for death. You must lie perfectly still, pretending to be part of the earth itself, until the smell of wax and the sound of the bell have faded completely. In some versions of the legend, there's an even more demanding rule. You must hold your breath. The spirits are drawn to the warmth and life of your breath, and by holding it, you make yourself invisible to them, appearing as lifeless as a stone. It's a terrifying prospect, lying on the cold ground, heart pounding, trying not to breathe as a parade of the dead floats just inches above you. But why does the Santa Compaña walk at all? They are not just wandering aimlessly. The procession is an omen, a harbinger of death. They are on a mission. If the ghostly company stops in front of a house, it is the most dreadful sign of all. It means that within days, someone living in that house will die. The spirits are there to claim or escort a soul that will soon be joining their ranks. It is a death sentence delivered by the supernatural. Sometimes, a window or door of the house will open on its own, and the smell of candle wax will drift inside, a final, chilling warning to the family within. However, the procession isn't always a silent condemnation. On rare occasions, it serves as a direct warning to the person who sees it. It might appear to an individual to warn them of their own impending death or the death of a close loved one. In these cases, the encounter is seen not as a threat, but as a supernatural courtesy, a chance for the person to prepare for the inevitable, to make amends, or to say their goodbyes. But whether it's a curse to be passed, a visit to a home, or a personal warning, one thing is certain: an encounter with the Santa Compaña is an encounter with the shadow of death itself. So, the next time you find yourself on a lonely road at night, especially in a place steeped in old folklore, listen closely. If the world suddenly goes quiet, if you smell the strange scent of wax on the air, and if you hear the faint, tinkling sound of a bell, remember the rules. Draw your circle, lie face down, and whatever you do not accept the candle. You might just survive the night. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey into the terrifying legend of La Santa Compaña. If you enjoyed this dive into folklore, please hit that like button and subscribe for more tales from the shadows. Let me know in the comments if you've heard of this legend or any similar ones from your part of the world. Stay safe, and see you in the next video.